Hi, Grandpa.
Hi, son.
Did you know about Moses passed as an Egyptian when he became your son-in-law?
You know, I didn't know all the specifics of Moses' life, but I did know about his past as an Egyptian. After all, I appointed him to look after my flocks for 40 years. He was my son-in-law, he was the father of my grandchildren, and you know, you get to know a guy pretty well after all that time together.
Grandpa, what kind of priest were you? Who did you worship?
You know, son, we're descendants of Abraham through the line of Keturah. That makes us Midianites. And as a Midianite, I had the responsibility of performing priestly functions for my local tribe of people, including making sacrifices to the God of Abraham. This makes me the priest of Midian. My birth name is Reuel, which means friend of God, but my friends, they call me Jethro.
Grandpa, where did you get the wisdom about decentralizing conflict resolution so Moses could get help from the other leaders in the camp? Where did you learn delegation?
Well, son, that's a tough word, delegation. But the idea that I suggested to Moses was the will of God, and I happened to be the messenger. It was clear to me that Moses was overworked. Try as he might, he could not get the work done by himself. So I suggested he appoint capable, God-fearing men to help him with the legislative and judicial responsibilities for the people. In regards to delegation, as the father of 7 daughters, including your mother, I utilized them to care for and herd my flocks. Having 7 daughters, one must be skilled in the delegation of responsibility.
Grandpa, why did you allow my mom and your daughter to be the wife of Moses?
You know, how Moses came to be my son-in-law and your father is an interesting story. He met my daughters as they were being driven from the well while watering the flocks by unfriendly shepherds. Seeing the problem they were having, Moses stopped in and drove off the shepherds. After one of my daughters told me the story of what happened, I asked, "Where is the man who helped you?" They had left him behind. And I asked one of them to go get him and invite him to dinner. After sharing a meal, I then asked Moses to stay with us a while, and you know what? He was willing. After a time, I gave him my daughter, Zipporah, your mother.
Grandpa, were you proud of my dad's work with God?
Well, you know, when Moses told me of all the miracles God had done for the Israelites, I rejoiced and I exclaimed, "Now I know that the Lord is greater than all the gods." After that, I offered burnt offerings and sacrifices to the God of Abraham. You know, I wasn't necessarily proud of Moses, but I was proud that God would use him and that I would be a small part of God's wonderful plan.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.